Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. There you can find a list of the chapters. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter divide fractions. The lessons we're going to cover today are divide fractions and mixed numbers, divide whole numbers by unit fractions using models, divide fractions by whole number in recipes. So let's just start with the lesson. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, here I am on grade 6 math. The chapter we are on right now is divide fractions. Let's just start with the lesson, that is divide fractions and mixed numbers. If you have any questions with the lessons we did earlier, this only if you did the practice questions. Okay, here I am on divide. And divide fractions and mixed numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so let's just start the example, that is 1 whole 2 by 3 divided by 1 whole 1 over 3. So they are the mixed. The first thing you need to learn here is how do you convert them into an improper fraction, right? So let me just explain, just listen to me carefully. Start with the first fraction. 1 whole 2 over 3, right? 1 is the whole number, 2 is the numerator, and 3 is the denominator. How do we solve? You have to multiply the whole number and the denominator. Sorry, you have to multiply whole number and the denominator, and you need to add the numerator. Denominator, same thing with the other fraction. Multiply the whole number times denominator, 1 times 3, add the numerator, and 3 times 1 is 3 and 2, 5 by 3. 3 times 1 is 3 and 4. So now we know that how to divide fractions. You simply have to replace this division sign to multiplication and reciprocal the term after. 5 by 3 times 3 by 4. You have to reciprocation, right? 3 cancel out, you are over 4. So the correct option is 5 by 4. Got it? The first thing you need to learn here is how do we convert a mixed number to an improper fraction, right? And then you have to, then we already know how to convert the division sign to multiplication and reciprocal the term after. You have to simply multiply numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. Let's start with the lesson. Practice questions, right? Divide. Simplify your answer and write it as proper fraction or as whole or mixed number. So 1 whole n divided by 1 whole 5 by 8. First, let's just proper fraction, right? Starting with the first one, 1 times 10. Hold on with the pen. Let's just do it on board. 1 whole 3 by 10. 1 whole 3 over 10 divided by 1 whole 5 over 8, right? Okay, so let's just convert both the fractions into improper fraction. 10, 1 times 10 by 10. Now for this one, 8 times 1 times 8 plus 5 divided by 8. 1 times 10 is 10 and 10 plus 3 is 13 by 10. This one is 8 and plus 13 over 8, right? Convert the division sign to multiplication. So 13 by 10 multiply 8 by 30 and reciprocal this fraction, right? So 13 times 1 is 13. You are left with 8 over 10. You can divide them by the greatest common factor, that is 2. So 2 is 8 and 2 times 5 is 10. The correct option is. If you have any question related to the example I just did, you can please ask question. I will explain again. So if you have any question, please ask. Any question? Okay, let's just start. Let's just move on to next example, right? That is 4 by the next one is by 1 whole 1 over 5. So solve the fraction on the other side. That would be 2 over 1. And 5 times 1 is 5 and 6 over 5. Now convert the 5 times 2 is 10 and 6 1 is 6. Divide them by the common number, that is 2. 2 times 5 is 10 and 2 times 6. Now divide 3 by 5. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 take away 3 is 2. So the correct option is 1 whole 2 over. Let me just explain again. Listen to me carefully, right? Because I think I did too fast. 2, you don't have any denominator. That means the denominator is 1, right? Convert the mixed number into improper fraction. You have to do whole number times denominator 1. You have to add 1. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1. So the correct option is 6 by 5. Now change the division sign to multiplication and reciprocal the term after. So that would be 5 over 6. Multiply numerator, denominator time 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 1 is 6. Divide them by the common factor, that is 2. So that would be 2 times 5 is 10 and 2 times 3 is 6. You have 5 over 3. You can divide, the answer is 1 whole 2 over 3. Hello everyone. Can you hear me clearly? Is there any problem? The correct option is 1 whole 2 over 3 is the correct option. One is 1 whole 1 over 6 divided by 7 over 8. So let's just do 6 times 1 is 6 and 1, 7 over 6 divided by 7. Replace the division sign to multiplication. That would be 8 over 7. 7 times 1 is 7. You are left with 8 over 6. Divide them by the common. 2 times 4 is 8, 3 is 6. And now divide 4 by 3. 3 times 1 is 3. and you have 1 whole 1 over 3. This is the whole number. Remainder is the numerator and the denominator is same. That is 1 whole 1 over 3 is the correct option. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 3, that is 1 whole 1 over 3. Now the next one you have to do on your notebook and write the answer over here, right? The next one is by 1. So which is 1 whole 3 by 5 divided by 2, which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? That's number 1. 4 over 5 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct one. One by 3 divided by 1 whole. So which is the correct option? The correct option is you have to convert the improper fractions to, you have to convert the mixed numbers to improper fraction. You have to do 9 times 1 is 9 and 1, 10 over 9. Now replace the division sign to multiplication 9 over 10. Just multiply 9 times 1 is 9 and 10 times 3 is 30. Now divide them by the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 3. Divide them by the 3. So 9 divided by and 30 divided by 3 is, and you have 3 over 10. So the correct option is 3 by 10. Got it now? If you still have any question, you can ask. The correct option is 3 by 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is divide whole numbers by unit fractions using models. Use the model to help you when 1 divided by 1 over 6. So let's just see how do we divide when we are given the model, right? Okay, the first model represents the number 1, right? Now the next one is divided into 6 parts, right? 1 by 6 means 1 is divided into 6 part. So each part is equal 1 over 6. So let's count how 1 by 6 make 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means it takes 6 1 by 6 fractions to make 1. Got it? So 1 divided by 1 by 6 is 6. You have to actually divide. You can just understand the model and find the answer. You have two things to understand from the model. The first thing is the first bar represents the 1, right? And the second bar, all the pieces together make 1. You just have to see how many 1 by 6 pieces make 1. So 6 pieces of 1 by 6 makes 1. So the answer is 6. That means you can divide 1 divided by 1 by 6 into 6 portions. The correct option is 6. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Just look at the model. This complete bar represents, right? And these all pieces together equal to, see, they both are so how many 1 by 5? 1 2 3 4 5. That means if you have 5 pieces of 1 by 5, they together make 1. So 1 divided by 1 by 5 is 5. Got it? The correct option is 5. So the correct option is 5. Okay, the next one is use the models to help you. So 1 divided by 1 by 4 equals, the correct option is, how many 1 by 4 pieces together makes 1, which is the correct option? The correct option is 4. 1 2 3 4. So 4 together makes 1. The correct option is 4. Divide using models to help you. 1 divided by 1 by 2 equals, the correct option is, yes, 2. 1 by 2 together makes 1. So the correct option is 2. Divide, use the model to help you. 1 divided by 1 by 6 equals, The correct option is 6 is the correct option. Very good. Use the model to help you. 1 divided by 1 by 3 equals. The correct option is 3. The second one is the correct option. Divide. Use the models to help you. 1 divided by 1 by 5 equals. The correct option is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Divide. Use the model to help you. 1 divided by 1 by 5 equals. The model shows 1 by 6. The question is 1 by 5. Yes, so either you answer 5 or 6. I don't know which is the correct one, right? Because the question is different, the model is different. Okay, that's 1 by 6. So the correct option is 6. One divided by 1 by 4, which is the correct option? The correct option is 4. 1 divided by 1 by 2, which is the correct option? The correct option is 2 is the correct option. 1 divided by 2 equals 2. 1 divided by 1 by 5. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 5. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is I think the last lesson from the chapter, right? Divide fractions by whole numbers in recipes. What quantity of butter you need to make a third of the original recipe? So the butter given in the rest for this recipe is 3 by 4. You have to make the third recipe. So you have to divide it by the 3, right? 1 by 3. Actually, you have to do 3 by 4 times divided, right? Let me just read the question. What quantity of butter would you need to make a third of the original recipe? So you have to divide it by the 3. 3 by 4 divided by 3. So when you divide 3 by 4 by divided by 3, that is 1 over 4. That means for the third recipe, you have to use 1 by 4 cup of the butter. Let's just start with the test questions. Tea of the artichoke you need to make a half recipe. So you have to make the half recipe, right? Here you have 1 over 2. In the original recipe, that is used 1 by 2 cup, right? So you have to use the half, so that would be 2 divided by 2, right? So you have to convert into reciprocal, right? So that would be 1 over 4. So that means if the half recipe, he would have to use 1 by 4th cup. The correct option is 1 over 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is 1 over 4. What quantity of butter would you use to make a third of the original recipe? So you have to make the third of the recipe, right? So you can divide the original recipe by 3. All the ingredients you have to divide by the 3. But here we are just looking for the butter. How much butter? So you have to divide it by the 3. Convert the division to multiplication and then reciprocal. So that would be 3 times 3 is 1. So that means if you make the third of the original recipe, you have to use 1/4 cup of the butter. Got it? The correct option is 1 over 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What quantity of garlic would you use to make the third of the original recipe? So here in this recipe, the garlic is used 1 by 2 teaspoon. So when it's the third recipe, it would be 1 over 6. The correct option is option number 1. The correct option is 1 by 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. What quantity of chives would you need to make a half recipe? In the original recipe, you need 3 by 4 teaspoon. So for the half recipe, which is the correct option? The correct answer is 3 by 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. You have to divide 3 by 4 by 2. So the correct option is 3 by 8. What quantity of croutons would you need to make a third of the original recipe? So you need 7 over 8. So for the third recipe, how much you need? The correct option is 7 over 24 is the correct option, right? Very good. What quantity of yogurt covered blueberries would you need to make a half recipe? So which is the correct option? Yogurt covered, that is in the original recipe, you need one third. So for the half recipe, how much you need? That is 1 over 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. What quantity of pretzels would you need to make a half recipe? So which is the correct option? The correct option is mm, you need 7 by 8 cup in the original recipe, right? And for the third one, to use yes, 7 over 16 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. What quantity of cherry juice would you need to make a third of the original recipe? So, which is the correct option? Cherry juice, you need 1/4 for the original recipe, right? And for the third recipe, how much you have to use? That is 1 over 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. What quantity of the chocolate chips would you need to make a half recipe? So which is the correct option? Chocolate chips, you need 2/3 of the cup. So for the half, you need the correct option is 1 by 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. How 2 by 4, 1 by 3? 2 by 3 cup in original recipe you need. Divide them by 2. So that would be 1 over 3. The correct option is 1 over 3. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 6 math. The chapter we were working on is, I think, and the sure before the next session, you can complete test questions for. If you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available 5 to 9, or either you can join me in 9. So that's all for today. If you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask question. I'm here to answer all of your questions and confusions if you have any.